Your audio actually isn't bad with whatever you're recording off of right now.
Can you hear my audio?
What do you mean your audio? Yes, we're talking to each other.
Bro.
No,
Wait. Oh, what about now? Can you hear me now? Is it different?
no.
Damn it. I'm sounding good on this thing.
Okay,
Hello? What about now?
not at
Does it
all.
sound
Like, Mama got that bunch of crunch cake.
Hey,
This is quite
sorry.
the shot. This is the money shot right here. Yo,
Because I
if this is the start of the podcast, yo, this is for the boys.
should we start a new thing? Like
Yeah,
smoke shows? Barstool?
should I put my camera down on the floor?
Yeah, no, we should put it in weird spots.
I
Okay,
think you
this
got
is
it
all.
down.
Oh, wait a minute. I think okay, wait, am I input or output? What about now?
That's not working.
How about now?
No.
I'm gonna put you in my headphones. Hi, my name is Tori. Welcome to my channel. Wasn't that better?
I don't think so.
You didn't hear it then because I can hear it. I'm gonna have so much technical difficulties. It's fine. I'm fine. Should I pretend like I'm talking into a mic though? Why?
Let's just start this damn podcast. You already made me wait long enough.
Start.
See, my podcast starts out not like your podcast. Your podcast starts out just talking. My podcast starts out with a lot of stuff.
Oh, go ahead. I'm
Uh,
ready.
Okay, so we're not going to talk about cocaine. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is Shot 30 Podcast, and I am Shane Newbert. And today I have a very special guest. She wanted to be announced as was it the bitch? The bitches? Was
The
that
bad
what?
bit.
The bad bitch.
And one job, one.
Well, watch this because this is my podcast and watch what I can do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is Shot 30 Podcast, and I am Shane Newbert. And today I have one bad bitch in the studio. Well, I guess not really in the studio, but on the Zoom call. It only took her forever to get here, get online. She had to put her hair on or fake hair, whatever you want to call it. She called it a weave. But we have Torshaa in the studio today. She is a podcaster, influencer, and a Twitch streamer, and all those things. Torshaa, thank you so much for being here.
Is that my bio? I love it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I tried to do my best. Well, after you made me start this multiple times, I got a little bit frustrated in the middle there.
Just throw the whole bitch away. Like, should I leave?
No, what? No. Okay. So, do you want me to start this all over again?
No.
Shot 30 Podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, CastBox, all those things. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, please slap a subscribe. And we are going to put all of Torshaa and Torshaa's podcast, all of her links down below so you guys can go check her out. But the very first thing I want to ask you about is, so you are a Twitch streamer.
No.
What's all the Twitch streaming stuff on your page?
I wanted to play video games in the studio, and so they brought a monitor. I'm really good at zombies. That's all.
Oh, I love zombies. Oh, yeah. Which one?
The Black Ops 2 is my favorite one because that's the one I started on. And then their graphics now. Which one did we play? It was the newest one.
I love the one with like the it's like at the circus or whatever. Not circus, but arcade.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that.
Oh, sorry, we don't meet eye to eye on this.
Do you hear my story about my ex?
Did I hear your story about your ex? No.
Yeah, with the gaming. No.
No.
Okay. You want to hear a story?
Yeah, I'd love to hear the story. Yeah.
Okay, so you know how most girls, if they're really upset and had their heart broken, that they slash tires.
Yeah.
I took it up a notch. So like my ex, I keep saying like my ex used to get paid to play video games. This was back in the day, and he was going out of town for a couple of weeks, or no, it was like a week. I believe it was a week. So I snuck in his house, turned on his Xbox and just let it run. And I murdered his KD ratio.
Oh, you're a dog.
But he never knew it was me. He watches my podcast, so I wonder if he's like, oh, like I thought I left it on. But he lost money from it. I'm a bitch.
Dude, that's a good move, too. I
was young. I would never mess with somebody's like income now.
Well, it just depends on how bad they do you.
When you're young and you think someone's cheating on you, I feel like it was, I don't know for sure, but.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave that mystery out there for right now. And hey, buddy, if you're watching, dude, now you have your answers. So I hope that lawsuit goes well for you. And yeah, so you just started on TikTok, right? Not very long ago. And you're killing it. You've got over 7,000 subscribers on there right now.
I have over 7?
Yep, over 7,000.
No shit.
I'm pretty sure I just checked and it looked like it was over 7,000, yeah.
I just posted something about celebrating 6K.
Let me double check just to be sure.
Because of him.
What'd you say?
I'm like, are they only following me because of you?
Maybe, and if that is the case, then that's good, though. Yeah, you almost have 8,000 followers right now.
Shut up. Does that mean I get paid?
At 10,000 you do.
Hey, help us get that bread.
Yeah. Go. We'll put her link right. We'll put her link right here. Torsha's TikTok link is going to be right here on the screen when this video is posted.
I wish I could see what you're looking at.
Well, it's invisible right now because I'm going to put it in there when I edit the podcast.
No, I mean you can see people commenting though, right?
No, this is not live. I've told you this 3 times. What?
Let's go live.
You are. We can't go live right now.
Why?
Because we're recording through Zoom. Zoom doesn't have the live aspect of it. But we're gonna go live on TikTok after this.
Okay, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, we've already established this plan a couple times now at this point.
I know. I'm not going to say what I said on the phone call earlier, but I don't pick up on certain stuff. Sorry.
Oh, you're talking about the thing when you called me fat, or the thing about the?
No. My mental illness.
No. I was just kidding. I'm just kidding. No. So how did you start your podcast?
I feel like I'm the worst guest right now. I just decided. It was COVID. I always wanted to do one because I wasn't good at anything except talking to people. I don't know. Why did you start? I'm looking for ideas.
So I started my podcast because I was a professional powerlifter, and what happened was I had some really, really bad injuries. I tore both my hamstrings, separated my L4, L5, tore 2 of my abs.
Well, hold on. I got questions.
Okay.
What's an L4?
They're 2 of your vertebrae on your back, your lower back.
So you were fucking Mike Tyson, my back is broken.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Sorry, I keep talking. We have the same timing.
Yeah,
I'm talking. Wait, are you okay?
Am I okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, but that sounds so painful and debilitating. How long were you out before you could walk?
Not very long. Actually, the way I did it was, it just kind of popped back into place, and it took the nerve with it. The sciatic nerve that goes through, and it pinched it. So every time I'd try to squat down or do anything like that, it hurt real bad. But the injury that actually put me out of powerlifting was I was deadlifting. I think I had 730 pounds on the bar, and I deadlifted sumo, which means my feet were out wide. And when I got to the top of the deadlift, the floor mat ripped in half, and it shot my legs out straight outward, and the weight came down and crushed my foot.
Shut up.
Serious.
Has that happened before in history?
I don't think so. I think I may be the first.
Guinness Book of World Records for that.
Well, everybody's trying to get me in the Guinness Book of World Records for my TikTok page right now.
Okay, so tell me about your TikTok.
I told.
haven't talked time.
I'm not going to tell you about the TikTok. I already told you to look it up.
I know, but I was trying to get all this stuff done and I failed. I had one job, so couldn't do. But so when did you start yours?
When did I start the podcast? Or TikTok?
No, TikTok.
I started the TikTok about. Well, I had TikTok for like 5-6 months or whatever, but I never posted on it. And then after COVID was over, after it was all over, well, like the stay-at-home stuff was over, probably about 4 or 5 months ago, we went from 2,000 followers to 270,000 followers in like the last three months or so.
Isn't it so crazy how it's such an easy, not that your content's not good, but it's an easier platform to gain traction on without it being like people that are paid. That's what I had a hard time with Instagram, is like, unless you were paying, your stuff wasn't getting noticed as much. I spent so much on ads for that shit. Like,
oh my God, we did too on Facebook and Instagram at the start. Like to, publish it or what, not publish it, but boost it. Ugh.
For nothing.
Just for likes.
Yeah, I didn't get likes. I got website clicks. That was it.
Well,
brutal.
I mean, your Instagram page, we went through your Instagram page, and I mean, you started out with like a lot of like modeling type stuff on there.
I was a bartender in the nightlife industry, and I went to Vegas, Houston, Chicago. So I like travel. So I've had a pretty significant following before doing the podcast, but like YouTube, like here, let's think about it. YouTube, I have maybe 300 subscribers.
You have
maybe.
320.
You're lying.
Really? Do you want me to do this all over again? You definitely have 320.
No, I don't.
I just checked it a little bit ago.
Are you sure 320?
I believe so, yes.
Wow. I'm so excited. Okay, so that's what I have there. And then Instagram, I started with about like 10K from being in the industry. So I had a lot starting, and then just from TikTok, it's grown. But TikTok, I feel like I get the most engagement ever. I would get a lot of views on my stuff on Instagram. I would work really hard on editing. I like doing that, but the amount of people that comment that I have to block.
Oh, on Instagram?
On TikTok, that I have to silence because they're just so brutal. We can read them, can pull them up. There's some good ones. But anyways, so when did you start your podcast?
We started, so what happened was the powerlifting all came to an end, and I needed like something else to like, I don't know, like something else to be me. I don't know, something that identified me as a person. So then I started doing stand-up comedy, and then I started the podcast, and I've been doing the podcast. We're 100 episodes in. We're, I think, 2 years, like maybe right at 2 years.
That's so good.
Thanks.
That's a lot of hard work. People don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, viewers are like, oh, you have to edit, you have to produce it. It takes a while to talk. It's like, have you ever talked in front of a camera? First of all, that takes a couple months to get even something. Like, that's that. And then to edit, then to make all these social media stories, posts, and editing them yourself, unless you want to hire somebody. I outsource a lot of mine now just because they're better, and it's like $5. Like, yeah, highly recommend Fiverr.com, but it's a lot of work. But
so what is Tony?
I have to ask one question though, or else my viewers are. You didn't ask the question. Do you think that with doing this type of a job, you might have traits of narcissism?
Oh, I would guarantee, like, I think that, well, the very first thing that I want to say is anybody who posts on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, anything like that, the very first thing that everybody wants to jump to is, oh, you just want attention, or you like, of course I do. Of course I
Like,
do. That's why I'm doing it.
exactly.
It may
So
not be ill intention.
What was that? Sorry, I cut you off because I'm a garbage human.
No, you're not a garbage human. Just like maybe like a small trash can. But just like one that goes under like an office desk.
That's mean because all you put in there is like stickers. That's me.
Yeah. But yeah, so
There's like
I don't know why it keeps like cutting. The audio keeps like splicing when we do that. I don't know why it keeps doing that.
hold on. Let me put you in this. I dropped nothing. How about now?
The audio just completely changed. Talk again.
Hello, my name is Tori. Welcome to my not channel. I like long walks on the beach. I wish somebody would take me kayaking. How about
Okay.
now?
Kayaking's pretty nice. We have kayaks. I go kayaking quite a bit.
Rich.
Rich? There's just like there's a little Janko lake that's like a block away from my house. There's a bunch of turtles out there.
Really?
Really?
I like bye. What was I gonna say? Dude, gotta wait for the Adderall to kick in. You can keep that in.
Okay, cool.
What do you call it? Somebody's like, what's your definition of success? Do you know what a hydroponic system is? Like inside where you grow your herbs?
I think it's one of those things where like you inside where you grow your herbs.
Yeah. You can get like a little one and stuff. But I always say that, and having kayaks or a horse means you're rich. Do you agree?
I would definitely disagree to that. Maybe having a horse would be a little bit closer, but kayaks are like, I don't know, like $150 right now, and
Where do you put them?
Just in the backyard.
Well, you need a backyard, right? So you can't get that in an apartment.
I live in a town of 100 people.
So you live in a yard? Do you live in a home?
I do live in a home.
Yeah, so you have a house. I mean, you can get a home pretty easily. I was studying that stuff. I took my pre-licensing course. It seems unattainable, but you still, to like fix everything and stuff, you need a good source of income. What are we talking about? Tell me something interesting.
Okay, but first of all, I'll finish answering your question. I think that everybody whether it's a shit comment or it's like a nice comment or anything, everybody who types something on the internet is doing it for some sort of attention. Mm-hmm. You know, and it doesn't need to, like, just because you're typing like
that.
You know, like when you type in, like, if you go to Bella Porch's TikTok page and you're like, I love you, like, you're not, yes, you want her to see it and like it. Like, that's, you know, there's 1 million little kids in the world that would freak out and it'd make their whole life to see that. But they do it for attention. A lot of people do this for type of stuff for attention. It may not be for like, oh, I just want everybody to only notice me and this or that. Like, I love doing the podcast. I love to talk to people and meet all kinds of crazy different people. And I have so much fun doing it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like podcasting is so much more. You have no choice but to be authentic, you know? Like, you can't lie on a podcast like you can on Instagram. So I think it's, I don't know. I feel like it's cooler. I don't know where I was going with that, but you're badass.
Yeah.
I remember Chris asked me, but you should do a podcast with him. He's another host. He would come on mine. And he asked me, he's like, don't you find it like you have no choice but to be authentic because something could come up later where people are digging from your past? And now that I think about it, do you know who Ben Shapiro is?
I do know who Ben Shapiro is, yeah.
2 things. One, I want a man that talks about me the way Ben Shapiro talks about his wife. 2, he has this thing, which I'm not a huge Ben Shapiro fan. I couldn't tell you that much about him, but he has this column that he has on his website, and it's all the dumb shit he said over the years because people adapt and change and cancel culture. They try to take one thing from like 2007 and use it against you now. So he just keeps like a shit list pretty much of all the dumb shit. I was like, that's genius.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro, he was on our podcast like 3 episodes ago.
You're lying.
I am lying. Sorry, I don't know. You just said that I had to be authentic and I couldn't lie on the podcast, and then boom, instantly the first thing I wanted to do was lie on the podcast.
That's why. Yeah. No. I wonder what it'd be like to have him on now that I think of it.
I probably just like all the podcasts I've seen him on. A very political...
I one with Joe Rogan. I'm speaking just from like a podcaster standpoint, like the flow or whatever. I don't know. He's fucking nuts.
You don't like him?
No, I thought he was good. He's so smart. Like everybody can talk shit about him and stuff, and I get that, but you can recognize when somebody's intelligent, whether you agree with like their views or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. He's got some views, don't you think?
I do agree. But first of all, or real quick, I just want to say, hey, Shot 30 Podcast is sponsored by Manscaped. Visit manscaped.com and use the promo code SHOT30 for 20% off and free shipping. Use the promo code SHOT30. That is SHOT the number 30. They sent us the 4.0 package. It just came out, and it is absolutely incredible. It has the new LED light built on the end. You can submerge it in water. You can do your whole body in minutes in the shower. It's absolutely incredible. So visit manscaped.com. Use the promo code SHOT30. That is SHOT30 at manscaped.com. Unleash your confidence.
Are you trying to imply something?
To you? You got a lot of body hair?
I'm a ginger. We have less hair follicles.
Oh, you have red hair? I thought it was blonde.
I bleached it, and then I decided to go back to my natural hair color. So this is natural, but I'm like a penny. But anyways, go get the Manscaped thing with the LED. I want to see it.
Shit, it's awesome. If I would have it down here, it's upstairs right now. The whole package stuff. But speaking of bleaching, what does it entail when people get their buttholes bleached? What does that mean?
I think it's to lighten the skin around it.
Oh yeah, no, I know it's that. But what do they do? Do they take a cup full of bleach and then they just bend over and leave it on there for a little bit? Do you know anything about it? Oh, there we go. Hey Jamie, can you look this up?
Oh my God, how bleaching butthole service?
Yeah. Just see what it entails. And while you do that, I will just throw another ad out there. Hey, Shot 30 Podcast is sponsored by Mrs. Newbie's Cakes and Cookies. Visit Mrs. Newbie's Cakes and Cookies on Facebook and Instagram today and put in your orders. She is the best at decorative cakes, cupcakes, cookies, delights. And Father's Day is right around the corner, and 4th of July is coming up there too, and Memorial Day. So put in your orders quick. Mrs. Newbie's Cakes and Cookies. All right, what'd you find on the bleaching?
It's just a cream that they put on, but this one's for men.
Oh, wow. So I could apply it.
Well, back in the day, there goes my weed. Back in the day, they had products for women of color to bleach their skin. It's the same idea.
Oh, kind of like Michael Jackson, and Sammy Sosa?
Michael Jackson had vitiligo.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah. Sammy Sosa. He was a baseball player.
Sorry, keep going. I'm interested.
Do you know who Sammy Sosa is?
Yeah, my dad was recruited for the Cubs. I know him.
Oh, okay. But Sammy Sosa from the Dominican Republic. If you actually bleach your skin, white skin is it's a symbol of wealth, and so from where he's from, so he started actually pigmentating his skin by taking some type of supplement, and now he went from very dark skin to he is very, very lighter than me.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I know they have oh God, this is going to be, guys, please don't try this at home. This is not FDA approved, and it can cause nausea, and they haven't tested it over a long enough period of time to know how it reacts. And with COVID, you never know, but they do have supplements that you take or they're more like drugs that make you tan.
Oh,
It's
melton or melanin. Yeah, I've taken it before.
Oh no, these you have to get in Mexico. These are like legit changing your skin tone. It's not the, I know what you're thinking of. It's the not the tanning pills like that they sell in the US that have like, oh, I keep saying like that have a little bit of color in them. No, these are legit. I knew a girl that went like 3 shades down. If
Well,
girls are watching right now, she went from the lightest color in MAC to NC 40. So
gotcha. Well,
you don't know. It's
see.
okay.
I took shots. They were peptides. They're not for human consumption. They were for animal recreational use or testing, science testing. And yeah, I'd taken it. And I'm telling you, within the first 2 days, my skin went from white to very dark red. And I only lasted so long before I decided not to take that anymore. And it worked very fast.
They're legal?
Yeah, they're legal for like use on animals, like testing science research purposes. And yeah, I just put it in my own body.
May I ask why?
Well, I mean, I was juiced up. I was taking a lot of steroids then too, so it was just something else to throw in the body, make myself a little cocktail, human cocktail.
Okay, wait, can we talk about the steroids? Because I wanted to get somebody on my podcast to talk about it. I had people asking questions months ago, and I could never find anybody that was open about it.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%.
Okay. Or should we save that for TikTok?
We can save it for whatever you want. Yeah, I'm super open about it. I've done a full podcast about it.
Yeah, that because I wanted to do it because
Really?
I weigh. Yeah, we can talk about that on TikTok because I have a large following of fitness bitches, men. I look sad. Okay.
You're sad because you're on this podcast? Is it really drug you down?
Come and get me. No, sorry if I'm quiet. We need a topic.
We were just on the butthole bleaching topic and all the skin color topic. We're doing okay.
I think we should. What do you mainly talk about on your channel?
Well, since we've had everything, we've had state's attorneys, we've had like drag queens, and I mean people with Down syndrome.
Like me, where you're not in a box.
Yeah,
right?
no, I have nothing that I can't not talk about whenever I want.
Yeah, I hate when people are like, you have to pick a niche. It's like, no, I don't. But okay, wait, I was gonna ask you. Oh, it was good. Okay, do you believe in aliens?
I like. Yeah, I mean, there's got to be something out there. If everything just goes on for forever, there has to be something out there. So I would say yes. I mean, logically, you would have to assume yes.
What's your sign?
What do you mean, my sign?
When's your birthday?
April 30th.
No shit. My brother's is the 25th. So you are a Taurus?
Taurus, yeah, Taurus.
I dated one. They're nuts. Kidding.
Hey, didn't you say in a podcast once that if you call a boyfriend crazy or nuts or something like that, then that usually means that you're the one that's crazy or nuts?
Did I say that?
That's an actual quote from your mouth. I listened to one of your podcasts on the way here today.
I think you misinterpreted that because I talk about how I don't have feelings, and I thought that I was a psychopath for a while.
I mean, I didn't misinterpret it. It was actually word for word.
Was I? No, which episode? Maybe I was talking about when I hear people say, oh, this person was crazy. Maybe you're right. Maybe I did. Maybe I am crazy. I've never been told that.
So, do you still work as a bartender?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
Do you have a full-time position doing that, or do you do anything else?
So I bartend and then I guest bartend. I don't know. It sounds exactly what it is. It's if you have like, a good amount of people you can bring to another venue and they let you bartend there. It's fun. But I also do coaching for males and I go straight there. Dating apps. Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
It
But
is.
huh?
Oh, I was just gonna say. I mean, if you're still going, I was gonna let you keep going.
I do a lot of shit. I'm jack of all trades, baby. No, but yeah, I make really good money bartending only for what is it, 10 hours a week. I pulling in about 5K. I can prove that because now it's electronic. It's not, I mean, some of it's cash, but you can see my electronic pay stubs. I really want people to get away from Bitcoin and do it like bartending.
Oh,
Such a good way to make money without taking your clothes off all
I,
the
t-
way.
I totally understand that, but I gotta say, we've had a lot of people with OnlyFans accounts that have been on our show before, and they make an absolute killing. We actually had somebody on the show that is making about 12 grand a week right now, and I mean, her and her husband or significant other are super happy, and they're killing it. So I know that you're
Yeah.
not. You already told me earlier that you're definitely not a fan of the OF stuff, but man,
I'm
some
weary
people are
of it.
really getting it. What'd you say?
I'm weary of it. But this is a couple that they're married.
Yeah, yeah. She just posts all her stuff mainly, but he supports
Oh,
her.
it's not like a dual account. No?
Every once in a while, he'll pop in there and she'll give him a BJ or something on there. But so a little bit of pornish, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a little bit different. I guess if you're secure, you're married, maybe. But I'd have to see how it plays out in a couple of years. I don't see it being, I just, maybe you could, I would have to see what ends up like technology wise coming out to know how sustainable it is. Cause you never know, like something can pop up. Do you not understand what I'm saying?
I,
Like
I,
that can make hands even better.
I think I understand, but so are you against people doing it, you think?
Are you asking me if I'm against sex workers? Of course not.
Oh,
I
okay.
have, I have a lot of girlfriends that do it. I have a lot of girlfriends that did some other things. And
I'm
the
not
other thing,
setting you up for bad questions or answers. I'm not oh, so you're against. I wasn't oh, so you're against
oh,
sex
no,
work. No, no. I just meant. I mean, personally, anybody can be whatever they want. You may not like that people do that. Some people have a lot of fear for other people doing it, and then what is your kid gonna think 10 years down the road when they see that their mom was naked all over?
fuck what your kid thinks. No, I can give you a story of why I'm a little bit weary of it and why I'm okay with it. But when I was 17, I did a nude photo shoot for a submission for Playboy. And after it, I never received the photos. I got ghosted. And what was that? I was 21, 22. So 22 comes around. I was working in the nightclub. And this one of my male coworkers was like, I didn't know that you do modeling, but he said it in
Uh huh.
wrist. And I was like, I don't. And he was like, yeah, you're on the magazine, this online magazine. And I was like,
Ooh.
what are you talking about? So listen, this was before OnlyFans, right? So it was like, he showed it to me. Oh my God. I felt like Kim K when her sex tape got out. That's how I felt. And it
It's a good
said,
sex tape, by the way.
great. It was a great one. But it showed me in lingerie, and then it said for $10 you can see more exclusive content.
And it
I
was all
never
your picture.
received those.
Wow.
Yeah, so and there's nothing more. It's like one of those things that you have to go through it, but at the same time you can kind of conceptualize if somebody, because if you think about it, I forgot about those photos. So it almost was like somebody got news of mine that I didn't even know where they came from. So then I was online. I was do I message him? He was known to be very mean
Creepy.
on
Oh.
Facebook, revengeful, would post bad things about people. So I was afraid to say something, and I got a message from him, and he was like, Hi, I was wondering if you wanted to be like, I forget what the magazine was called. It was like Girl of the Month, right? On the cover. And I was like, no. And he was like, oh, okay. And I called one of my friends who has a lawyer like next to him at all times. He does crazy shit. Can't talk about it. But he was like, don't worry, I got an idea. And he had, like, it's so weird. I can barely, it's like so loud in my headset. And there's like people, but so he has a bunch of workers like across the world. Don't ask. They're like his little minions, and they dressed up in suits, knocked on his door with a picture of me, and they're like, have you seen this girl? She's underage, posing as a 22-year-old doing nude shoots. And so as soon as that happened, they were taken down. And then I messaged him back saying, why do you have me on the website without asking me consent first? Like, it was a whole ordeal. And for all I did a podcast with a photographer, Hiron, and I have a lot of friends that are photographers, and they don't delete photos. And I think girls need to know that if you want to do a fun shoot, if it's risque, they do not delete them. They keep them on hard drives, not even like a creepy way, but it could be.
Oh,
But
for
they
sure.
hold on to all of them. So if you think, oh, I did a shoot 10 years ago, baby, it's still there. Still there. So with the OnlyFans, it kind of was like that website. You're in control, so that's better. But at the same time, what if that website, like, somebody hacks it and breach of contract, Like, what if your dad sees it? That would be devastating to me. I love my dad.
Well, see, I kind of I have a story that's literally so close to being like the exact same story as yours. But I was making a comic strip
Hmm.
on Snapchat where I was comic book characters, and I'd send it to all of my friends and everybody, and they'd all laugh. But like, so it'd be like Wolverine and Deadpool. They were like breaking into the house, or like Deadpool would break into my house, and it would be me, and I just have like, like Deadpool drawn on my face and stuff like that. And then, well,
Yeah.
the kicker was I was always naked, and it was just my face was covered up with like this art. And so
Uh-huh.
one day it was a huge battle between Deadpool and Wolverine, and they were both naked. And I had like taken like this long video of me fighting Deadpool naked, and so this whole thing. And I went to send it to all my normal friends that I send all my nudes to, and I accidentally sent it to everybody that I had on Snapchat, and I had like 500 people. And so then I showed up to work the next day, and everybody started calling me Deadpool, because
Wait,
that
did you know that you did that?
I didn't know. I didn't know when I sent it that. Well, I mean, I knew I was naked, and I knew that I was sending it to my friends. I didn't know that I had sent it to like my grandmother Martha, and like I didn't know I'd sent it to my next door neighbor and the state police officer that lived right down the road, and all those people.
What
I
did
didn't.
I?
What'd they say?
Yeah.
Oh, they're like, "Yeah, bro, working it."
I guess it's different when you're a guy.
No, it's not. It's definitely not different. It's just different by each
Well, because
person.
we're so sexualized.
I mean, I
It's
know I am like a sex magnet. Like, everybody looks at me and sees Zac Efron, they see Baywatch, they see all these things. So, I don't feel comfortable with everybody looking at me in a way where they're drooling or feeling, feeling like they have to touch me and stuff like that.
uh, I'm not saying that it's like gender specific because I did watch your video and I dated somebody that went through the same thing. I'm just saying, like, in the majority, or at least what we know, like Me Too movement, everything
Oh,
came
yeah.
out. Guys are more likely to kind of not come out about that because
Oh,
I
for
can see how
sure.
it's embarrassing because it's men, they're like our rocks and they have to be tough and stuff. Like, it definitely happens both ways, but there's just something that I know if all actually, you know what? Fuck that. Nowadays with OnlyFans, like that's a plus of is if your nudes get out, it's like not a big deal. Now that I think of it, you know?
Well, I mean, for the most part, I would assume that.
My boss would laugh.
Well, and like celebrities and stuff, all their phones have been. I don't know. Have you ever heard of the fappening?
Is that where that guy or guys got all the nudes from all the celebrities? And then, I don't know, there was a huge thing in like 2007.
Yeah. The fappening, and it's still going on. They go into like celebrities' phones and they just go into the cloud, and then they drag all their pictures off.
Yeah.
And there's some people that got. I mean, damn, they got some raunchy pics on there.
Well, I'm glad they're coming out because I got to keep up with these hoes, you know?
For sure. I mean,
I need
Jennifer Lawrence.
inspiration.
Jennifer Lawrence was a good one on there. I guess Brie Larson. Oh yeah, Emma Watson was another one on there.
Oh, yeah.
Scarlett Johansson.
She's, I love her. What do you call it? There was somebody that was like well known. Blake Lively. Wasn't hers released or were hers photoshopped?
No, hers were released too. And then Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato.
That's the thing is it's just human bodies, you know. It's like I bet they all look good.
Oh yeah,
But
dude, they didn't waste their time posting any bad looking ones.
Yeah, like come on, they're rich. They can afford that good shit.
I guess. I guess they probably have horses and kayaks.
They do.
For sure.
No, you think they do?
Oh, all of them have horses and kayaks.
Those models, the Bella Hadid, she has a horse.
Yeah, my wife is in love with some woman named Summer Von Hesse, and she posts a bunch of nudes where she's like riding around on horses naked and stuff like that. Yeah, she thinks she's real hot. I've never done it before, so I wouldn't really know.
I have questions. She should come on.
We should get her on the podcast. That's what's up.
I'm just like, huh. You know, it's kind of like a bike. Bikes aren't bad, but at the same time, it's like,
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think. Well, one time I got bucked off a horse, and it was like an ugly scene, and so I never rode a horse ever again.
Yeah, I was trying to train as a jockey, and then I realized that thoroughbreds like racing horses, that shit's scary, dude. Like,
when did you start your training as a jockey? When was this?
Well, so I worked at a racetrack in, Arlington.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was friends with some of the trainers, and I was like, I really want to. I've always wanted to ride horses. I didn't understand racing, but it was like I kind of want to do it. There's no girls at the time. Now there is. Well, they closed, but there's a girl when I left, and she was great. But I was like, I kind of want to do it. So they were like, you have to, start from the bottom. You have to clean up after the horses, brush them, like gain their trust. And so I was just kind of doing that, and I just liked it. I didn't really go further with it, but for a while, it would always be in the back of my head as something that I wish I did. Because I'm very short in my family. I'm 5'3". I weigh 100 pounds, respectively. I have implants. They weigh 3 pounds together. So
gotcha. That might affect the like when you're like riding the horse, the bounce and stuff. You could pop one.
My doctor said that's too hard for these to pop. But
did you bring up riding horses like competitively?
Yeah, Dr. Platus, is it okay if I ride a horse? Like, no. But he actually made me realize you can do a lot of shit that people kind of what's the word, they overreact and put it on the internet to like make articles. Like if I got in a car accident and a pole went through me, it probably wouldn't pop.
Well, if it went through like your stomach, I wouldn't assume that it would pop
like
that.
Straight through my chest, like in between them.
So I gotcha. But what if it like went through just one boob? Would it pop it?
It wouldn't pop because it's silicone, but it would leak. So it would be more like a tire. you ever had like a tire that's kind of like loose in air?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
if it's
yeah.
sailing, like it deflates, like you have a uni boob.
Oh, yeah, totally understand that. Kind of like
Yeah.
how Betty White has went from up here and dropped down there, just kind of deflated.
Like
Like
she
all
can
the
deflate
steam.
her toenails with her tits.
Oh my God, such a great idea. Do you think Betty White's hot?
Is that the one with the dark hair, right? Yeah, she was. I actually know a lot of background about her that not a lot of people know.
Okay, like
If
what?
if it's who I'm thinking of, let me double check on my laptop. But it has to do with mental illness, actually.
Oh, really?
But yeah, she's the one with like the bang. No, I'm not talking Betty Boop. I know people mix that up, but no, Betty White.
Yeah.
So
Let's see if this is
it's
right.
um Betty White Young.
And while we
There
do
are
that, I will throw out there Shot 30 Podcast is sponsored by The Bone Collector. Visit The Bone Collector BBQ and Catering in Viola, Illinois. Visit The Bone Collector for the best barbecue you will ever find. He does catering, he can do weddings, everything like that. He's competed across the world in barbecue competitions, and he's won across the world. Go visit Ken Versluis and The Bone Collector in Viola, Illinois. Make sure you show up early because they book out quick.
guys, make sure you fucking likes, comment, subscribe to his channel so we can get this bread.
Hell yeah. Okay, so was that Betty White?
So Betty Page, do you know who that is?
Nope.
Okay, so Betty White was a model, right?
Betty White is an actress. She was in that, what was it called, with all the older women, Golden Girls. Yeah.
Golden Girls, yeah. Okay, so Betty Page, do you remember when? I think this is interesting, actually. Let me know if it's boring you. But Betty Page, you would know. Can you Google anything right now? No.
I mean,
she's the one that did bondage back in the 50s. She was like the first one to do bondage modeling. Here, I'll show you on my laptop.
Oh, I got it. I got it pulled up.
Got it? Okay. So she like posed for Hugh Hefner and stuff. She was big. But
yeah, I got her.
Oh. Yeah, so
man, look at that. Whoo!
Isn't she gorgeous? I think she's so pretty. But people were wondering for a while where she went because she wasn't doing pinup anymore. And what happened was she was institutionalized. And what year? I think it was so back in JFK was 1960 and something. Okay, so institutions got deinstitutionalized around 63, I believe. And there was some, but like one. So do you know like mental asylums back then? Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of I know all about Arkham.
Right?
I know all about Arkham Asylum. I like almost everything to know.
Okay. So, like girls used to, I'm saying girls because we're emotional, but women would get institutionalized by their husbands because we were hysteria. Like you could get institutionalized for anything. So this was after that time. This was when it was better per se. So she ended up, if I remember correctly, she had started to show signs of schizophrenia, paranoid schizophrenia, which runs in my family. So when I talk about this, I'm not calling them crazy or anything. I'm just telling a story. But she took a knife to her landlord and tried to kill her, and then got institutionalized. Obviously, they don't send you to jail for that. They send you to like a mental hospital. That's why you can't really find information on it too. Whenever it's like whenever it's a 550 hold, whatever it's called. So then they let her out after like 5 or 6 years, and then she did it again and almost killed this person, like with a knife.
Again.
Wow. Like, isn't that? I think it's sad.
I think that there's definitely some underlying, like, if you're going back after all that time in there, maybe you're not schizophrenic. Maybe that person, really did her wrong.
Well, here's the thing that I think a lot of people don't know. It's a good thing that you say that is you can go to a mental asylum and deny medication. You don't have to take it, no matter how violent. If you shot somebody, it doesn't matter. You have your rights. They've been fighting for it. Like, how do you determine when somebody is competent? Because it's a human rights thing. So when you're psychotic and you're not in the right state of mind, like, how can you make a sound choice? When should the state step in, but they can deny it. So what happens is schizophrenia, schizoaffective, if you're violent, it gets worse over time. They say your first psychotic break is the worst, and then it can kind of ease a little bit. But most of them don't take meds. Anomognosia, lack of insight, they don't know they're sick. So it's like, for me right now, if I told you you're not married, you don't live there, you're trespassing, you could either go to jail or the mental institution. What would you pick?
Man, it just depends. Just depends.
Well,
a big
like,
coin toss for me.
Right now, like, no, like, you're trespassing right now.
I mean, which one would I pick? I would I worked as a prison guard for 7 years, so I know that prison is cake time now. Dude, prison is like a vacation resort for a lot of people now. A lot of people choose to go to prison now. And that's not a lie.
I feel like if I was, without knowing that background, I would say the hospital.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be safer in a prison than I would be in a mental hospital surrounded by unstable people that, I don't know. It just depends. It all depends.
Right. But most people would say, I think would say hospital, just because they know after the 72 hours they can get out, unless the other person presses charges, when really they're only violent to close family members. Statistically, like, I'm not just bullshitting. The people that are most harmed, like, they're the family. They're not threats to the general public, typically. That's why this case was crazy.
I see what I misunderstood the way you're asking the question. I thought you meant, like, would I rather spend a long period of time after doing something like that? Not just like, oh, I'd spend 3 days in a mental institution, then, get out. Yeah, of course I would do that over staying in prison for a year or whatever. Of course I'd choose that any day. But do you know who Bridget, and I'm listen, this is what she went by, so when I say this term, like, I hope I don't offend anybody, but do you know who Bridget the Midget is?
No, I've never heard. I've only met male midgets. Is it a female, or does she identify as a woman?
Oh yeah, she identifies as a woman. She is a woman. She was an adult film star, and she went to prison like last year because she stabbed her boyfriend in the thigh with a knife. And actually, I had her picture. I've always had her picture in the studio because I was a big fan of her, but I had to take it down. Well, no. Since she went to prison, now I had to take it down and put it down. And so the deal was, I put that picture in my studio of Bridget the Midget when we started the studio, and my wife wanted a picture of Ron Jeremy, if you know who that is.
She sounds great.
And so that was the picture, but we had to take that picture down as well because now he's in prison as well.
Is he?
Yeah, he's been in prison for about 6 months.
For what?
A lot of a lot of women said that he did a lot of things that he shouldn't have, so he's in prison now.
I mean, the amount of women he fucked, it was bound to happen. That sounds fucked up, but, like, I don't know. He was convicted?
He was convicted, yeah. He's in prison.
Let me just say right now, because I read a lot about this. Number one, the poster you held up, the fact that midget lady stabbed her boyfriend, it's like a 0.0001% chance. It's very rare. She's very fucked up. And two, wait, what did you just say? Shit. Oh, rape. The amount of rapes that get reported are so low, and then the amount that actually make it through to court based on our laws, it's very hard. So if he's convicted, they must have had some substantial evidence.
Yeah, it sounded like it went really quick too. And yeah, he was one of those, I don't understand. Okay, like now I do not know. I'm not smart enough to know. I was not there for any of these things, so I can't really speak on that, but I can speak on a sense in general.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. Okay, he has probably had sex with, I would say, 5 to 10,000 women in his life. Like he said in one week before, he had sex with 360 women in 1 week.
Oh yeah, somebody I actually think calculated that. Like they took that number and times it by the amount of years, and it came out to something like what you said.
The wildest one I think is it's I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. No, Wilt Chamberlain. Watch this. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
How many women did Wilt Chamberlain have sex with?
Who is that?
23.
No, not Wilt.
To mental floss. According to legend,
he's lying about his body count.
One 10-day road trip.
Wilt Chamberlain, 20,000.
Sometimes just not sleeping at all.
I couldn't even conceptualize.
Oh, it says, that was in 1 day. He had sex with 23 women in 1 day. Wilt Chamberlain did.
He's lying about his body count.
Did Wilt Chamberlain actually sleep with over 20,000 women? Because they like that's what they said was it got to the point where it was then the other person. So they have him as number 2 because they have Genghis Khan actually has DNA in over a quarter of the world's population. He raped and pillaged so many women and so many families that he actually has DNA. Because he got so many women pregnant, he would just go from woman to woman, raping and doing this to the women and all this stuff. That we'll fact check this as well. How many people is related? Here we go. How many people are related to Genghis Khan?
Wait, I just realized it's almost
Since a 2003 study found evidence that Genghis Khan's DNA is present in about 16 million men alive today, the Mongolian ruler's genetic prowess has stood as an unparalleled accomplishment.
An unparalleled accomplishment, I guess. Okay, we're calling it an accomplishment.
Wait, hold on. Sorry.
Why did your audio just get so good again?
I've taken my hair done in 20 minutes. I told the car guy I was going to come later.
Okay, we can wrap it up.
But what about TikTok? Want to do it when I have my hair done?
Yeah, just shoot me a message. We'll do a TikTok live after we're done. And so have you ever done a TikTok live with somebody else?
No, I'm excited.
Okay, so just shoot me a text before. I'll let you know exactly what we do. Okay, so I'm going to put all your links to everything down below where everybody can find all your stuff at. If you want to tell everybody now, that will definitely help too. Why do you keep turning the damn screen off?
Because my stylist. Sorry. Yeah, I'm like, fuck.
It's Torshaa. It's Torshaa with 2 A's podcast on all the podcast apps and your YouTube page, correct?
Yes.
That is also your TikTok handle.
Torshaa podcast. I'll put the links.
Okay, yeah. We'll drop it all in here. Tori, I appreciate you so much for doing the podcast, and I will talk to you soon. We'll be on TikTok live in, 3 hours from now.
No, in like an hour.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't know how long it takes. Well, if you tell me an hour, I'll see you in 3 hours then.
Thank you for having me.
No, okay, yeah, just shoot me a message. Thank you so much for doing the podcast. I really appreciate it.
I had so much fun.